Needs a shoulder to cry on.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Today we've got a crazy schedule this afternoon. I just got off work. It is 1 o'clock. I have to be back at the church at 3. That only gives me 2 hours. We are decorating our church tonight for Christmas. I'm in charge of the team that's doing this. Everyone's bringing food. It's like a potluck kind of thing. Everyone's just bringing potluck type snacks. I've got a few recipes I'm going to run home and do really quick, super fast. We have to stop at the store really quick. We're at Walmart right now. We're going to run in, grab a few things. We're going to get home. We're going to see how many we can get done before we have to leave to get back to church. Let's get in the store. All right, so we grabbed a few things before I got my camera turned back on. We've got one last thing to grab really quick.
Excuse me.
Okay, last thing I need is just some red wine vinegar, and we're just gonna go with the Great Value brand. We've got our tortillas for our pinwheels. We have to make a batch of dog food. All right, friends, we are home from the grocery store, home from work. We've got just a little bit of time to get all of these things ready to go so we can get out of here as soon as my husband gets home from work so we can get to church and get it decorated for Christmas. I'm excited for this. We've got 4 recipes. We're gonna try to get these done in about an hour. So we are rushing, we're on the clock right now. One recipe, I'm cooking some ground pork over here right now. We are making a Fiesta Dip that's gonna go in the crock pot. It doesn't start until 6 o'clock tonight. So I'm gonna have plenty of time to get in the crock pot here, take it into church, plug it in. It only has to be in there about 3 hours. So it's gonna have plenty of time to do what it needs to do in the crock pot once I get it to church, but we need to get it put together here. We need to get the other 3 recipes done. So let's get to work. 2 of our recipes are super simple, super easy. The other 2 are gonna require some assembly. So we're gonna have to get these easy ones out of the way quick so we can get them done and finished, and then we can just move on with these other 2. We can put them assembled and then we'll be ready to go. As I said, I'm cooking some ground pork over in my crock pot. We are gonna put in 1 can of Rotel. I'm using the Walmart brand Rotel. We're gonna put in one brick, it's a 1 pound brick of this Velveeta Queso Blanco. If I had a can of green chilies, I would add it, but I did not get any at the store and I totally spaced it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Recipe doesn't call for it. I just thought last minute that it would be a good addition, but I don't have any, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna get this in the crock pot so we can get this recipe done. Because as I said, the other 2 require some assembly. So we need to get those assembled, and that's gonna take a little bit longer. So we're just gonna cube this up. Doesn't need to be huge cubes. Our pork is almost done. And just like that, our ground pork is done. We're gonna go ahead and pour this right in our crock pot. I love how quick and easy this recipe is. Just gonna go put this over on the crock pot. We're gonna turn this on high, and I'm gonna let it cook on high until we leave for church, and then I'll put it in the kitchen at church, put it on low, and it can just hang out until we're ready to serve to everybody. Our second recipe that we're gonna make is my grandmother's onion dip. It was the best thing ever. For every holiday she made this dip, It was incredible. I love it. I get asked to bring this dip to every occasion we ever go to. It has to be at our Christmas celebrations. It was everybody's favorite. My grandfather always had to have his own bowl of this onion dip and his own bag of chips, and he would sit in his chair. One of my favorite memories of my grandfather. So I'm actually gonna grab a second one of these because I'm gonna make a double batch. So to double up this recipe, we need two 8-ounce bricks of cream cheese. And I hate to tell you this, friends, but it has to be Philadelphia cream cheese. I've tried it with other brands. I've tried it with store brands. It doesn't come out the same. I don't know what it is, but it has to be Philadelphia cream cheese. Also, it's got to be Lipton Onion Soup mix. We need both of the envelopes in this. My grandmother modified the recipe that's on the back of the box. Lipton has their recipe for their onion dip that's on their box, which is just their soup mix and sour cream, and that's it. My grandmother added the cream cheese to it because it needed that creamy, that little bit thicker texture to it that our family enjoys. So we're just gonna get this in the mixer. We're gonna get it mixed up, and then recipe number 2 is done. All right, friends, to make this really simple, easy, but absolutely delicious onion dip that my grandmother always made, we need 2 bricks of cream cheese, if I can get them opened. We're just gonna dump those both right in our mixing bowl. I'm sure that they are making it harder and harder to get into these packages. They used to be so easy to get into. Or maybe I'm just getting old. Who knows? All right, there's our second brick of cream cheese. We need 2 envelopes of Lipton Onion Soup mix. And how much sour cream you put in this dip really depends on the consistency that you want it. So if you want a little bit looser dip, add a little more sour cream. If you want it a little bit more thick, then don't add as much. But we're gonna start off with our mixer. We're just gonna start mixing up our cream cheese and our soup mix while we get our sour cream open. And then we're gonna just start putting in sour cream until we get it to the consistency that we want. Because this is a double batch, it's probably gonna take the majority of this container. This is a 16-ounce container of sour cream. All right, let's go ahead and turn it up a little bit higher. And just like that, my grandmother's onion dip is ready. This is about the consistency that I like it. As I said, you do it whatever consistency you want. But I'm telling you, friends, this is the best onion dip you will ever taste. It is so delicious. I get asked for this recipe time and time again. And as I said, we get asked to bring this to every occasion, whatever party we're going to. They always ask me to bring my onion dip. So I'm excited that I get to share that with you guys today, so that it's just in time for Christmas. You guys can make this onion dip, put this on your holiday table. It's not just for chips. We dip veggies in it. We dip pretzels and crackers and you name it. We dip everything in this. And it's better if you can let this set for a good couple of hours in the refrigerator before you serve it, because all of that dehydrated soup really needs to rehydrate with the sour cream and the cream cheese, all of those things. So make this in the early afternoon. It'll be ready for party time in the evening. All right, friends, my camera was not recording and I just realized it. So I'll back you up real quick. We put our provolone cheese on the tops of our slider buns. We've got ham, we've got salami, and now we're gonna put on some pepperoni. And I decided to get pepperoni from the deli because they're a lot bigger slices. And I didn't want to have to mess with a whole bunch of little pieces of pepperoni on these sandwiches. Just like that. Okay, so this right here, after I get this meat on here, this is where I'm gonna stop with the slider itself. Just like that. We're gonna put our tops back on because that didn't flip very well. These are gonna have to go into the oven. Once I get to church, I will put them in the oven and let them bake. They're supposed to bake for just a few minutes. Make sure our cheese is lined up. They're supposed to bake for just a few minutes, and then you take them out of the oven. We're gonna open them back up, put our slaw on, and then they're gonna be amazing. We'll be able to cut these into sliders, and these are gonna be amazing for people to sample and to try while we are getting the church ready for Christmas. So I'm gonna set these aside and we're gonna get the slaw made. Once again, friends, error with my camera. So I'll just recap what I just did. You saw me make the dressing. So there's the dressing. I have my bowl ready to go. I have my diced tomatoes, some banana peppers in here, my bag of shredded lettuce. This is just gonna transport right to church with me. So when I get there, I'll pull the sandwiches out of the oven. I'll mix up the slaw in this bowl really fast, put that on top of the sandwiches, and they're out the door. So super quick, super easy. These are gonna be delicious. The last recipe that we're gonna do tonight is we are going to do some pinwheels. I love doing these for parties and for get-togethers. We've got a lot of food, so I don't need to make a whole bunch of these. I think I'm gonna make 2 spinach, and that should be plenty. So let's do our spinach tortillas first. We're using some chive and onion whipped cream cheese, spatula. We're gonna use the same meats that we're using in our grinders. So we're just gonna take a scoop onto each tortilla. Like I said, we don't want to overfill these, but we do want enough stuff in these that you know you're actually eating something. But we definitely don't want them to be too full. We don't want them to be too gloopy, too messy. So let's just give these I'm gonna roll them. I'm gonna wrap them in saran wrap, and then I'll slice these once we get to church. All right, so we're gonna go back with our same meats that we're doing before. And I think we're probably gonna do about 3 pieces on each one. Just like that. Okay, we're gonna go in with our salami. Almost looks like you're making a pizza. One more right here in the middle. Let's do a little bit of our salami. I think I said pepperoni, or I said salami a minute ago and I meant pepperoni. Now we're doing salami. I don't know why I can't get this one open. I just had it opened. There we go. And for this one, I'm actually gonna do some Havarti cheese. I didn't want to do the same kind of cheese we have in the other that we're doing in the grinders. So we're just gonna do some Havarti. I love Havarti cheese. If you've never tried it, you really should, friends. It's a beautiful cheese. It's so, so tasty. Make sure we have good coverage all the way around. I know sometimes these papers help, but sometimes they are so annoying. Just like that. I took that whole package, which is fine. All right, so we're gonna put on some tomato, not that way, I don't want seasonings, I want tomato. So we're gonna put on some tomato. Grab my knife one more time. And I don't wanna put a whole lot of tomato on here because the tomato's gonna be pretty wet and I don't want this to be soggy. So it's probably just going to be 1 tomato per pinwheel. Get this over so we can get it spread out. So I'm deviating from the recipe that I found a little bit because that one they wanted you to put like roasted red bell peppers in it, and I'm just not feeling that tonight. So we are just kind of making this up as we go along. These are still going to be super tasty. Everyone's still going to love them. And then we're going to take some green leaf lettuce and we're going to shred it and we're going to put that in here, and that's what's going to be, actually maybe friends, we'll just leave it whole. Maybe we'll just put whole lettuce leaves on top. And that will give us something to hold everything in. So as I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap these in saran. I'll take them to church and I will slice them once we get there. Get some of this tomato put on here. I still think these are going to be beautiful. Last little piece, and then we're going to put our lettuce on, and then these are going to be ready to go. We're going to get them wrapped up and we will be ready as soon as hubby gets home to pack up all of our tasty food that we are bringing to church tonight. All right, so I just got some lettuce leaves at the store. You know, let's put a sprinkling of Parmesan cheese on. Why not? We have it. Let's put a little parm in here. Put a little extra something inside. And you bite into it. I think these are going to be super festive. You'll see the little flecks of red in there from the tomato. You'll see the green leaf lettuce in there. Let's see how these leaves are. You never know sometimes with these. And I think I want the ruffle edge out. Try not to get any of the ribs, because those are going to make it really hard to roll. Okay, I think this last piece right here is going to be good. All right, so now we're going to take our tortilla and we're just going to keep pushing down on everything as we roll it, because we want to keep everything inside this tortilla, just like that, friends. So we're gonna wrap this up and we're gonna put this in the refrigerator and we're gonna let it sit and hang out until we head to church, and then we'll get it sliced up when we get there. Friends, so it is the next day and I apologize, I did not get any footage of the finished products last night. I got them to church, got things ready to go. We had so much commotion going on trying to get ready, trying to get all the ornaments and everything put out, all the decorations put out so people could start decorating. We got the food. There was a lot of people in the kitchen. You know what it is like when you get a church full of church ladies in the kitchen cooking and, you know, getting food put together and stuff. So I got stuff out there. People dove in and started eating, and I didn't even have a chance to even get a picture of what I finished making. So, but you have the recipes. I am happy to answer any questions I can. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments and I'm happy to answer those. It was all tasty. Everything was amazing. The Italian grinder sliders were probably the hit of the party, as well as my grandmother's onion dip. Those were the two things that were gone the fastest out of everything. My pastor, funny thing, he loved those sliders so much. He said he wants to pay me to make him some for this weekend. So I'm going to be making his family a batch of those sliders so they can take them home on Sunday after church for Sunday lunch. So they were that good. Everything was super tasty. I love that all of these recipes were so simple, so quick. You saw that we made all 4 of those recipes in less than an hour. Granted, the Fiesta Dip had to cook for a little while, so that's something you can put it in the crock pot, forget about it, go about do some other things, and then take it in the crock pot and it stays nice and hot. It's perfect. It's just delicious. The pinwheels were amazing. That's something that you can totally change up the recipe if you want to. If you're not a fan of some of the meat that's in there, if you don't like pepperoni or salami or whatever it is, you can change it up and do whatever kind of meat you want to do inside. It's not like a standard, you know, that has to be this way. But that combination was amazing with that fresh tomato and that cream cheese. I love that we used the chive and onion cream cheese in that, so that was super tasty. Yeah, everything was just amazing. Everything was super good. We enjoyed everything. So I hope you guys will try those recipes that I shared. I hope you guys will enjoy them. Let me know in the comments if you guys do try them and what you think of those. And I'm just so glad that you guys joined me yesterday as we got to do some fun recipes to bring to church for our Deck the Halls party that we had. Our church is looking beautiful and ready for the holiday season. We're so excited for what is going to happen this year during the holiday season at church. We're excited about that. I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. You guys are all such a blessing to me, and I'm so thankful for each one of you that's come along with me on this journey over this last year. Support me, continue to encourage me, continue to show up to my channel, check out my videos, see what I'm cooking. I just love that we've developed this community, and it means so much to me that each one of you take time out of your day to come and see what I'm doing and share this journey with me. So if you guys have not yet, please share my channel with your friends and family. Encourage them to come and check it out. I'm trying to hit my 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Got about 30 days left to get that done. So that would just be such a blessing for my family if we could hit that 1,000 goal before the end of the year. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. And as I said, friends, you just all mean so much to me, and it's just such a blessing to get to spend time with you guys every time we put up a video and get to share recipes and share family stories. I have so many to share with you guys over this holiday season. We have a collab video coming up this Sunday, so stay tuned for that, December 3rd. That video is coming out. That's going to be with a whole bunch of fun Christmas recipes. My channel, several other channels are coming together to share some Christmas recipes with all of you, and I've got some fun ones for you, so make sure you stay tuned for that collab. Don't miss it on Sunday. And friends, I just hope that you guys will have a blessed holiday season. I hope that you can find some joy this holiday season, find some joy with your family. Go into this season with a giving heart. That is something that was so important to me as a kid. Was my grandmother raised me to think about other people before I think about myself. And it's just such a blessing when you get to see how you get to bring joy to somebody else's life and somebody else's holiday season. So think about that, and we'll see you guys. We'll talk to you guys in the comments. It means so much to me, again, as I said, that you guys take time out of your day to spend time with me. I hope you guys will come back to my channel, and we'll talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day, friends, and God bless.